Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play Blades of Avernum. Last episode, we happened to find our way to the castle of Nathaganth. I originally thought we were going to be going through the 9 circles of hell to get to where we needed to be, but it turns out there's only 3. Or at least only 3 we need to go through. Now we're in the castle of Nathaganth, the Dark Lord himself, and we have been told that up in the northeast here, there happens to be stairs that lead upward to where the valuable things are kept. And that's where we need to get to. It's also heavily guarded. Over there. Is that the only guard? You know what? I have an idea. Destruction. I mean, I don't have to. But there, now I don't have to deal with him later. Okay, that's obviously the way we go up there. There's still places down here I want to investigate. And look at that, we opened the other gate. There we get the spell energy and the like. Wonder what's in each of these rooms. On these shelves you find a small rune-covered book. It appears to be a spell book. Read it. You begin reading. The book describes some of the unholy rituals performed in the temple to the north. Ghastly sacrifices of innocence in the name of unhallowed bloodlust. As you read, you feel yourself reciting words embedded between the lines on the page. The book is cursed. Before you can get very far, you cast the book away, but it is too late. You feel weak and frail. I had a feeling that was probably going to happen, but I did it anyway just to see if maybe it was something else. Let me take a look at these other rooms. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything in there. Ooh, hot coals. Alright, reloading so I don't have that dread curse on me. Alright, that's done and over with. Let's take a look in the south here before we head to the north. I see a mage! Alright, Draco, if you don't mind, give us a haste. No, not that. That. Enter combat. Oh, there's 2 of them. Resisted the force cage. Oh no, I know what happened here. Oh wait, that guy must have just drunk a potion, so it's probably just an invulnerability potion. So, a couple castings of destruction. I didn't want web, I wanted destruction. There, that's dealt with. That other guy probably isn't going to be... No, he is as well. Alright, some more castings of destruction, please. And there we go. Alright, finish off these things. Looks like there's hostile creatures down there, but I don't think we need to worry about them. This book details the experiments that went on in this room. Apparently the Venati were very interested in the very essence of life and how to change it, seeking to create new and more dangerous life forms for battle. Their failures were gruesome, but their successes were even more so. They created twisted beings that hungered only for destruction, strange, fire-breathing lizards, terrible giant scorpions, and intelligent, tentacled land octopuses. Apparently, their latest creations, war wolves, are housed beyond the gates to the south, and one note gets your interest. The damned beasts have stolen one of our most powerful spellbooks. We must retrieve it once we find a way to subdue the creatures. I see what you did there. I see exactly what you did there. Alright. Let's head back to regain Draco's spell energy, and then we'll get these very powerful spell books. I wonder what spells we'll get out of it. Fire-breathing lizards. They're fire-breathing raptors, you know. Not just lizards. Actually, I got an idea. You, so we don't have to deal with things down there, cloud kill them. They look about as tough as the other things in here. There, that's 3 of those horrible deadly creatures dead, without any threat to us whatsoever. I love it. And even if I wasn't able to spam those spells endlessly, it still works. Because they wouldn't be able to come in here. We were at just the right angle. Unfortunately, now we do have to go in there. Alright, let's go in here. Here we are. Oh, there are quite a few. Yeah, these aren't too rough. Oh, that gets 2 of them. Can't go any closer without hurting Fox. Actually, you know what? 2 casts are enough. Oh, thank you. Oh, that one's actually a tough one, I think. Yeah, that one's a tough one. 5 hits. That's actually quite impressive. Not really much I think you can do. Man, she can get a lot of hits in. A lot of hits. Yeah, that's a very tough thing. And there we go. That one's dead. Did it drop something? No, I don't think it did. Oh wait, there's more of these things in here. Should have realized. Alright, let's go out, regain our energy, and then we'll go back in again. I mean, why not? We can make sure we can keep our energy full for any other horrible spells we may decide to cast to completely decimate anything we find. There's one. Destruction spam. Yeah, sure. Spam destruction at it. I think destruction is less costly than cloud kill. Oh yeah, it's less costly than cloud kill. I think that's actually fine. Go. That's that one dead. Got some coins there. Not gonna bother taking the amber. I see more creatures over there. Oh, I see them coming out the other way. Alright, I think that's going to be the spot to cast it, so... Perfect! Just the right spot. Yeah, I see another one over there. Alright, a little bit of destruction spam. Looks like that's all you can get out. Ow. Okay, that's that one dealt with. Sapphires? That's definitely new. I've never seen that before. Alright, let's regain our Draco's spell energy. It really is interesting how part of the reason I'm making as much progress as I am is through completely breaking it, or using something broken. Yeah, I saw another one there. Alright, a bit of destruction spam. Ah, perfect. I'm not gonna bother with the other one. Ooh, though I actually should. I see what I can do. Right there should be close enough. And it's far enough away from Phaedra that it doesn't affect her. Beautiful! Alright then. Regain our energy again. We're making a lot of progress. We're almost through there. Of course, I will say that these things are still very possible to deal with. Oh, hello! I didn't see you come out. Yeah, we'll just smack him. See, these guys aren't actually that big a deal. Now, if they were swarming, and I charged in heedless of anything else, and just happened to be completely killed because there were 24 of them all charging at me at once, then yeah, it would be a problem. As is, though, these aren't that bad. In fact, nothing in this castle is that bad. There's other areas that I've had a lot more trouble with. Buried in this nest here is a spellbook. One of the creatures that live here must have secretly taken it from one of the magicians and stored it, out of instinct, in its nest. The book has ghoulish scribbles all across the front cover. Some look very much like the ancient Slyth word Kithonon, danger. I'm gonna save before I read it. Alright, let's read this book. The book is written in a strange rune script, but fortunately, due to your knowledge of arcane lore, you can read it. It's a spellbook describing how to cast Death Knell more efficiently. You read over it carefully. Death Knell Level 2. Well, that'll be useful, if if I ever decide to cast it. And which might actually be useful. I'll have to try it out. I haven't yet, but I'll have to give it a try. We've got more mages in there. Alright, let's, you know what, we'll do the same kind of thing I've done before. Draco, if you don't mind, cast, Major Haste. Do combat. We're going to wait. You know what? Let's try Death Knell spam. Yeah, that's nowhere near as good. Cloud Kill it is. Cloud Kill is so much more powerful. And destruction on that last one over there. Perfect. No worries from that. Nothing on those bookshelves. Looks like that's the way in. Yep, that'll open up those gates. Perfect. More javelins and arrows. Interesting. So what's this here? This appears to be a seeing stone of some sort. You look into it and see images from far away. First you see Nas, where Pathos has returned from his defeat at Vasculus. He seems calmer now, and you can see him dismantling the rigid theocracy he has installed. He is retiring from public life, and you know he will live quietly from now on. Next you see some caverns deep under Avernum, where many barbarian sliths, formerly followers of Sis, are gathering into a greater force than ever before. Ominously, they appear to be training together for a coming war. Then you see Thasica, the last stronghold of civilization in the north, fighting off another attack of barbarians. They are strong enough to repulse him again, but for how much longer? You see flashes of everywhere where sliths inhabit, and the troubles and progress in each place, except the one place where you have not been. Kittilos, in the center of the homeland. You have yet to see what is going on there. Here behind the cages is a small imp looking quite displeased. He notes your approach, but does not attack you. What are you doing here?
I live here. What are you doing here? My name is Lagash. I serve these buffoons. They make me clean the cages in between torture victims.
He seems rather unfriendly toward his masters. This is not uncommon. Demons tend to treat imps rather harshly, and the imps tend to resent it. He even managed to cause an imp revolt in Basikava because of this fact once. Well, since you don't like your masters, is there anything that you can do for me?
I may be annoyed, but I'm not suicidal. I'm not going to help you. That is, unless you help me. For a small price, I can identify your items.
He gives you a toothy grin. Now that's what I want. Can you identify my items? Blessed greatswords, unsurprising. Blessed halberd, unsurprising. Blessed plate mail, unsurprising. We've got Sword of War, Enchanted Mithril Robe, Boots of Lexandros, and Royal Shield. Alright, Royal Shield, 1 to 15 plus 20 damage protected. 30% resistance to elements and magic, plus 1 action points, plus 30% less chance to hit, and plus 3 to lethal blow. That one gives a plus 2 to lethal blow, so yeah, this is definitely what's going to go to Fox. The other shield can go to Sheik. She's just gonna need to drop something. Boots of Lexandros. Plus 1 action points, 20% resistances to acid and illness, and plus 3 to quick strike. I'll wear those instead of the titanium boots. Enchanted Mithril Robe. Plus 2 action points, plus 20% resistance to elements and magic, and plus 3 to all statistics. That's pretty darn powerful. And the Sword of War. It's a two-handed weapon, and I don't really use those. And shut up, all you people who have been coming to me saying, you should use these, why don't you use a two-handed weapon? Alright, I'm just going to explain this here and now. There's a reason that I tend to do sword and board, and it's not just for the appearance. Sure, you deal out less damage because you're using a single sword instead of a two-hander. But here's the thing. And I want you to listen here. There are two main reasons. One, the shield actually gives a bit of extra protection, so it helps you survive a bit longer. So, that's a big help on things. Now here's the other reason. Look at this rapier. You get plus 1 action points, 30% resistance to fire and cold damage, and plus 1 to sharpshooter. This sword gives plus 1 action points, plus 2 to statistics, 20% chance to hit in melee, and plus 4 to melee damage. I think you have... yeah, you have this, which is kind of the same thing. 1 action point, 20 poison damage, 10% chance to hit in melee, plus 2 levels to melee damage. It's a slightly more powerful version of this. But here's the thing. While I'm wielding this rapier, which gives me all these bonus abilities, I'm also wielding this shield, which gives me these bonus abilities. So in other words, not only do I get a bit of extra protection at the cost of some damage from this shield that I'm wearing, but I also get twice as many boons from the fact that I'm using this shield. I mean, look at it. I get plus 1 action point there, and plus 1 action point here. The War Sword would only give me plus 1 action point. So I'm effectively doubling the number of action points I'm getting out of this, plus the other bonuses. That's why I prefer sword and board. That's why I prefer this kind of thing. At least in this kind of situation. That's something I'd suggest. If you're going to do double-handed weapons, like, say, the spheres here. Look at this. You get 1 action point and plus 4 to all statistics. That's bloody powerful, but that's all you get. If I was using a sword and board, I'd be doing less damage, sure, but I'd be getting 6 more abilities here. Think about that. If you want to make double-handed weapons more appealing, you don't just give it the extra damage. You also need to make the abilities worth it. And in this case, powerful as these abilities are, it's not something I'm using. So I would sell the Sword of War in this case. Even though it does a lot more damage, it causes me to lose out on some protection and lose out on all these abilities. And that is why. Is that how much it's worth? Okay. Yeah, I can get rid of these. I mean, some of these are useful. Not the Blessed Crossbows, though, now that I look at it. They don't have any value to them. So I can get rid of those. Does anyone need better boots? You've got titanium, you've got demon skin, you've got titanium. No, we don't need the titanium boots. Are they worth anything? They're worth 1,000, not worth anything. Alright, Sheik, you're gonna use that Naga scale shield. Well, yeah. And this fine crafted shield actually is something that would be sold. It has some value to it. The Warrior's Ring, I don't need. We've got other better rings. Oh, the Enchanted Mithril Robe. Okay, you've got Armor of Wisdom, which is pretty darn badass. You've just got Blessed Plate Mail. And you don't actually go up to the front line very often. So I think it's worth it to give you this instead of the Blessed Plate Mail, because of the abilities. Fox, Sheik, and Draco always end up on the front lines. Well, maybe not always Draco. Fox and Sheik definitely always on the front line. Draco's ended up on the front lines a lot. Bonnie hasn't as much. Bonnie, I can actually ease up on this blessed plate mail protection. Oh, there's actually that I don't need either. And the ruby helm. Why do I still have that? Anyway, so because of that, I'm gonna give him the enchanted mithril robe. It gives him extra action points, extra resistance, and the bonus to statistics. It's a good choice. Alright, now you just identify that. Thank you. It's all this stuff that we don't need to carry, but that's just a magic circle. Alright, we've explored everything in here. Hopefully I've given my explanation for why I do some of these things and sell some of these things. Although I will admit, I was told I was stupid for selling that wand way back. That was due to a misreading of things. That wand, you notice as you pass this way that there's no way to open the gates from this side. Presumably, the people who live upstairs rely on someone in the guard room to open the gates for them. However, you can't do the same. That means it's very likely that if you go up this way, someone will close the gates behind you and you will not be able to get back out. Which means this is going to be the end of it. I'm not going to be able to heal myself after I go up. That's going to make this very difficult. But now that I'm looking over here... Hold on. Nope, I thought there might be something over there. Oh well. Anyway, what I was saying was that magic wand that I got. It was listed as a thrown weapon. The description said it was a bow weapon. I was very confused. I thought since its type was thrown weapon, that meant that if I tried to use it, it would use my thrown weapon skill. Turns out the answer it does not. It uses bow weapons. So it would have been a wonderful thing to use for Bonnie. Even though she spends all her time healing, it would have helped out a lot. And now that I look at this Fox did level up. There's gymnastics again. Makes you harder to hit and helps you act faster in combat. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. No. People want me to improve luck so very badly. I mean, look at that. He's got 100% resistances to all those things now, which is good. Point in luck. There. Happy? Sheik. Lethal blow. Lethal blow is good for Sheik to have. Bonnie. Bonnie doesn't have any luck. But 10 points in magical efficiency is a perfect amount. And now you've got points in luck. Happy? And Draco, 1 point in magical efficiency. I'll improve luck at some future point. Actually, holy crap, that brought it up to 5 from the boosts. That's a wonderful thing. Fine, save up, we'll get the magical efficiency point later. Alright, and with that, I am going to end this episode here. Next episode, we're going to head upstairs, and hopefully we'll be able to find the Prophet somewhere. He's got to be up there. I just don't know where. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44. That is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.